I do know he's one of the main characters.
Ah! I picked him up and it made him eat the grenade. I picked him up and used his body to shield from the fucking grenade that he threw. Oh my god, somebody stop me. Jackal PDW this, Jackal PDW that. The Jackal PDW is by far one of the best SMGs we've seen in Call of Duty in quite some time, right? Well, sorta. Really, it comes down to attachments. Black Ops 6 Beta has a very slow weapon leveling process, and the Jackal is one of the first weapons that allows you to unlock a fast aim walking movement speed stock. The default class build for it is really solid, and so is the Mastercraft pre-order Vault Edition variant that we get. So, yeah, of course it's being used a lot, but the C9 technically kills faster according to Exclusive Ace's new video, and I am all aboard the XM4 train. Not only am I a huge fan of anything that looks like generic good guy gun from 80s action movie, I just also can't argue with results. If the XM4 didn't play well, I'd probably still use it, but fortunately for me, I don't have to deal with that problem. The XM4, especially with rapid fire, is one of the dirtiest weapons I think I've used in Call of Duty in quite some time. Bit terrifying. Like, I don't know if you're looking at this TTK on my stream right now, but like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm using the XM4 and I don't even have rapid fire unlocked yet, and I'm still killing.
It still slays out. I don't know what to say. Simple as. Nope.
Shit.
Oh, you're so done. The gameplay in the background will be a collection from my live stream, as well as just some raw footage that I got while streaming. So if you see my little ugly face and very messed up hair, I don't know who let me go in front of a webcam looking like that. If you see that, that's why. It's because some of the best gameplay I recorded was just from my stream, so you're gonna see it there. Anyway, it's funny to me how when a Call of Duty game comes out, there's so much common consensus that seemingly arises immediately. This gun's the best, this map's the worst, this perk setup's the best, whatever. I think we should all do ourselves a favor and give ourselves time to unlock other weapons, look at other factors, and just actually play the game ourselves instead of just doing whatever the fuck Twitter says to do. Like, it's so funny. I've been watching a lot of, like, Scump gameplay, right? And Scump is, of course, one of the best Call of Duty players in the world, and he is going off every single match in this game, but my god, how much better would he be doing with the C9, a gun that kills statistically faster than the Jackal? I don't know. I'd love to see him give it a go, though. Like, this game already has a massive common consensus, and it's sort of based in nothing. Like, the Jackal's really good, but there are better guns in this game, and if you went out of your way to go level up something like the XM4 until you got rapid fire and infiltrator stock for aim walking movement speed, of course, higher DPS, then yeah, you wouldn't be using the Jackal every match. You'd have something better. I genuinely think the XM4 with rapid fire is better than the Jackal in every way, just because it's very competent in close range, and of course it can laser people across the map with the right attachments. Talking a little bit more about Black Ops 6 in general, I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm noticing some cracks in the foundation which could negatively impact my feelings towards the rest of the game, and I'll be making some videos on that soon. But I wanted to talk about the general game feel of Black Ops 6 and how I am falling more and more in love with it the more I play it. Like, for instance, they kind of took the training wheels off of players, not just with Omni movement, but with taking aim assist off at 3 meters. So Black Ops 6 turns off your aim assist in close range, at least like rotational aim assist or any sort of heavy aim assist that we've been used to recently, and that's amazing. You see, we've had to fight aim assist for so long. Like, if somebody sprinted at you, dived at you, or crouched at you, all the way back in like Black Ops 2, it would do that thing where your aim assist rotation pulls you to the floor, messing up your aim, causing you to lose the gunfight, and this game does not have that. And even though we just came out of several Call of Duty games with fairly strong aim assist, everyone seems to be playing really well. Kill cams seem to be more accurate, people seem to be more deadly, and I don't think that's just because it's a beta or just because of skill-based matchmaking or anything like that. I think we have a mix of things here. We have good hit detection because we're on the newer version of the COD engine. We're not on the same version of the COD engine that like Black Ops Cold War was running on. So we have better hit detection. I think we have really solid weapons that perform well, perform consistently, because of the lack of like weird body multipliers and stuff. Like, you literally don't get a headshot multiplier unless you use a headshot multiplier barrel, and you don't have a bunch of weird limb damage, so weapons feel very consistent. Even though the time to kill is roughly the same as Cold War, if not a little bit faster, it's more along the lines of Modern Warfare 3. It feels faster because of how consistent it is, but then you have this aim assist not fighting you in close range anymore, and it's like players have their training wheels taken off. Like, I'm a big believer in aim assist because of the limitations of controller, but lo and behold, limiting it, tweaking it, not just like reducing it, but tweaking it meticulously makes it so much better. Players are sliding and jumping into me all the time, but my aim assist isn't trying so hard to find them in close quarters where they're basically leaving the fucking field of view of my screen, that I'm losing my gunfights because of it. And I don't feel like I'm winning gunfights necessarily because of it either. It's fading into the background. I think I felt maybe 1 or 2 aim assist pulls throughout the entirety of the beta, and I have put a lot of hours into this beta. I do have some concerns still about the lack of downsides on attachments. It does feel like every gun has sort of its definitive attachment. Like, you level up the gun and you start unlocking muzzle brakes, and then you just get to the muzzle brake that's just better. Or you get to the foregrip that's just better. You get to the rear grip that's just better. Get to the stock that's just better. And while it's cool that we can tweak the gun a little bit, it'll change the look, and I like that we could sort of, you know, make a weapon look the way we want it to without completely destroying the stats because of a bunch of downsides. Again, I think Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 went way too far into attachment downsides, but it does feel weird not being able to really make a mistake and not really having to worry about trade-offs. Like, how does the max sprint to fire speed rear grip not, like, hurt my idle sway or recoil control a little bit? I'm like, it's for sprint to fire speed, so why do I need to maintain perfect accuracy while maxing out my sprint to fire? You know what I mean? This makes me laugh because it's like, yeah, it's cool that the longest range damage barrel on the XM4 doesn't hurt my mobility, but why would I even need max mobility if I'm building the gun for max range? You see what I'm saying? Like, it feels like my gun should be a little bit slower with a longer barrel. It should be a little bit less accurate with an aim walking movement speed stock if I'm going to focus into that playstyle. And Modern Warfare 3 let us balance this. It could be kind of tedious sometimes, but if you put on attachments that had a bunch of downsides, you could usually make those downsides disappear with another attachment. I can admit that Modern Warfare 3 went too far, but I won't really entertain the idea that you couldn't make a well-balanced build with low idle sway and good aim-walking movement speed and aim-down sight time. You totally could with the right attachments, you just had to deal with the trade-offs. I genuinely think that those trade-offs would have been a lot more palatable if there were more attachment options. So if you had like 8 attachment slots, or at least 6 or 7 attachment slots, then you could put on one more, you know, positive attachment onto your gun to make it feel that much better. That could have been really good. But it's strange here in BO6 where I am like tacking on an extended mag, rapid fire, suppressor, aim walking movement stock, and it doesn't hurt my gun at all. Like, I don't get any downsides from this. That's weird. Like, you're just letting me make the better gun, and that's it. Okay? I'd rather you give me a really strong starter gun that's really competitive with no attachments, and then give me interesting attachments that it does one thing, but then it doesn't do the other. And if you want it to have less downsides, it's probably going to have less pros and be a more balanced attachment. Like, yay, on the one hand, we have more freedom of customizability here. And on the other hand, it's like, this feels unfinished and not really well thought out. Like, how do I have a suppressor that doesn't do anything? Doesn't hurt my gun at all? My firing aiming stability, my idle sway, my aim down sight speed, my sprint to fire speed, my bullet velocity. There's a lot of things a suppressor could hurt a little bit on my gun for the sheer power of disappearing me off the radar, but instead it just does it for free, like the Shadow Strike suppressor in Modern Warfare 3. That only makes sense in a game that has other suppressors that increase your range and bullet velocity and your recoil control. So you pick the Shadow Strike when you don't want any pros and you just want a suppressor, but here it's just a pure pro. I don't know, it's so weird to me. It's like something's missing here. One thing I will say, at least the extended mag attachments do make your gun slower. You do have slower sprint to fire speeds, aim down sight speeds, and movement speeds by putting on giant magazines, and that's good because that does affect gunfights more than anything. Just, you know, sheer volley of fire is a surefire way to win a gunfight. You always want to have more ammo than your opponent, so that should have some downsides. Wow, I talked about that for a long time. When it comes to maps here in Black Ops 6, I am so into Rewind, and I love Skyline. I actually don't mind Scud. I thought I was going to hate Scud. I don't. I think Scud actually plays surprisingly well. It's asymmetrical, I think, in a good way. It's not a very pretty map, and I wish it actually looked like it did in the trailers, where it had very atmospheric, well-shaded lighting, but whatever. But Derelict needs to go. I don't want to play this map. This is going to be one of those maps that every time it pops up in-game, I'm going to just be vaguely disappointed. It's not only ugly and grotesque looking with these low fucking resolution settings they have on the beta, it's also just not fun to play. Playing around the train cars is not fun. It's claustrophobic and limiting. Hopping on top of the train cars is overexposing, and the only place I like to battle on this map is around the main center brick building, which maybe that's the point, but I don't know. It's boring, it's basic, it's ugly, and I don't need it. I think Rewind and Skyline are larger, more complex maps, but still have really, like, just solid pacing all the way around, and Scud is the same way. Scud's pacing can be kind of weird because it's asymmetrical, but I'm okay with that. I do love the variety between the four maps, don't get me wrong, it's just, I don't like Train Map. Train Map is ugly, and I don't like it. When it comes to perks right now, I've been really loving the recon specialty. At first, I was using the red tier specialty. I don't remember what it's called. Basically, the one that gives you quick fix. That's pretty cool. Great for fast, frantic gunfights. But recon is just better for everything else, especially when playing solo. Giving yourself so many different advantages with perks like Engineer and Ghost, running a suppressor, and then being able to see like enemies through walls, track footsteps, have high alert. Genuinely, running recon specialty makes me feel like I have a specialist bonus in COD, especially when I use perk Greed and combine it with Gung Ho, just so that my gunplay is still, you know, first and foremost, good. Honestly, I recommend the recon specialty. Unfortunately, there aren't really many interesting classes you can make in the game right now when it comes to perks, but recon if you're a solo player, and then the other two if you are playing with a team, makes the most sense to me. Also, if you want quick fix, just run Stim Shot. I really highly recommend Stim Shot, and then run perk Greed, and if you don't want to run out of Stim Shots, run Quartermaster with your perk Greed, so you have 3 blue perks, and then Quartermaster, so that you can keep recon and then keep your Stim Shots coming, and then you kind of have the best of both worlds there. Again, highly recommended. This video is going on a little bit long. I just kind of want to have a freestyle conversation about Black Ops 6, about the weapon I'm using. It's the fucking XM4. It's so just goddamn good. I was gonna like post builds of it, but I might just post those on my Twitter, so go ahead and follow me over there. Link is in the description. I might just go post those on Twitter because I don't really want to make a whole video about the XM4 best loadouts for the beta. That feels kind of like a waste of your time. And if I'm going to waste your time, I might as well direct you to my social media pages and just be like a normal YouTuber douchebag. Speaking of being a normal YouTuber douchebag, please hit the bell icon to get notified when I go live. I'm fucking begging you. I live stream on this channel. I'm going to be uploading a crap ton of Black Ops 6 content. I'm going to be reviewing guns, I'm going to be doing best loadouts, I'm going to be doing rants and opinionated stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you don't hit the bell icon, you won't even be a part of it, and you don't want FOMO, you don't want that fear of missing out, so go ahead, do yourself a favor. Hit the bell icon right now. You did it? Good. Now, I'm also going to have you become a member and donate. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you when I see you guys. Bye.